Hi guys, so I just thought I'd quickly come on to speak to you about something that I find fascinating. About a month or so ago, my family came down with a really unpleasant stomach bug, and it was like a really violent stomach bug, and it was like a 72-hour bug as opposed to like a 48 or 24-hour bug, and it was really severe. And all of us that came down with it, we had varying degrees of vomiting and diarrhea, and it was just absolutely foul. And I'm like one of those germ phobic people. I have a germ phobia, and I was like manically disinfecting everything, and just keeping those that were sick, like I was keeping them in quarantine kind of thing, and just keeping the people that hadn't got the bug away from them, and doing everything that I could to stop everybody from getting it. But needless to say, everybody did get it in time. It was just a really violent, unpleasant bug. Yeah, and I did everything that I could do to keep the bugs away, but it was just, it couldn't be done. So we all came down with this bug. Anyway, a fascinating thing is that when my toddler got the bug, I was absolutely beside myself with worry about my little baby getting it. Daniel is like 16 plus months old, and I was just so worried for him, to see him, vomiting. And you know how babies just get so frightened before they're sick, they can't tell you how they're feeling, they just suddenly start screaming, and the next minute they throw up, and they have that look of sheer terror in their eyes, and it's so distressing to see them so frightened and just so poorly. And I hate seeing my kids ill. My heart just aches for them, but to see a baby ill, it's like a different thing altogether. So I was so worried about Danny coming down with this bug, because he hasn't really had a bug since he's been born. So Daniel got the bug, and I was like hysterical, like us mothers get. And I was just so upset for him. Anyway, he was definitely ill. He definitely had the bug. He was very, very tearful, crying, lethargic, didn't want to do anything, refused to eat any solids at all, refused drinks. I mean, he had very limited amounts of water, but he wasn't really, he would take it as juice, but not really. Like, he just was refusing everything, and he had really bad diarrhea, just so bad, like water. And his diarrhea lasted for 5 days, and I was really, really worried for him, because just about him losing all of his sugars and salts and all his nutrients. I was just so worried about it, but he was fine, because I was reassured by the doctor that whilst my older children could benefit from some Diarrhea, which here in the UK, Diarrhea is a treatment for diarrhea. It's it's not really a treatment for diarrhea. It doesn't treat the diarrhea, but it replaces all your sugars and salts. So it's very good if you're dehydrated, and So I was told by the doctor to give my older children this Diarrhea. But I was reassured by the GP not to worry too much about Danny, because he said that Danny would, because my breast milk contains all of the nutrients that he needs, so that I would not need to I would not need to give him any extra nutrients because everything he needed was in my breast milk. Anything that would be needed to correct the amount of sugar and salt. So what I'm trying to say is that all Daniel had was breast milk in the entire 5 days that he was ill. He had breast milk and the occasional bit of juice. Now, what is further amazing than being told that my breast milk, was enough to keep him sustained throughout this illness, what was most amazing to me was that Daniel never once vomited. Not once. He had the diarrhea, he had the being unable to eat, he definitely had the bug, and he had it really severely actually, because like I said, only him and his older brother were ill for 5 days. My daughter, she had it for 2 days, and everyone else 2 to 3 days. But my son had it for 5 days, so he had it really severe. He's coming. Oh, I've been attacked. Oh, turn around. Who's that? He's attacked me. Yes, so what I'm trying to say is, if I can get the story out, is that Danny never once vomited. Not once. Throughout the whole illness, he was not sick once. And that is literally because of the breast milk. The breast milk stopped him being sick. The breast milk is what did it. The breast milk stopped him from being sick, because that's the only difference between him and the rest of my children, is that he was having breast milk the entire time. My daughter, Christina, she suckled a couple of times while she was ill. She went on and had a little bit of a suck. But she, yeah, in the bedroom. In the bedroom is the wet wipes. Yeah, that's the only difference between Christina and Danny, is that she suckled a couple of times, but she fell straight to sleep, so she didn't actually drink any of the breast milk, so she didn't get any of it, unfortunately. If I'd have known that drinking breast milk can stop the vomiting side of it, I definitely would have stopped. If I'd have known that it could have stopped the vomiting, I would have given it to her, but I just didn't know. It's a shame there isn't some kind of equivalent, manufactured equivalent, that they can make that's like breast milk that can stop people from vomiting, because I certainly would buy that if they had it, because I hate vomiting so much. I am so frightened of vomiting. It's just hideous. Yeah, so needless to say, they should definitely invent something that can stop you from vomiting when you have a sick bug. I mean, I know there's anti-sickness medications. I had it with Daniel when I was pregnant, because I had hyperemesis, which is a horrible, severe type of morning sickness. So I have had anti-sickness tablets, but it's not. I don't think it can stop you from vomiting if you're poisoned. Like, I don't think it can do that. But apparently breast milk can. So that is pretty amazing, I think, that Daniel had breast milk and he didn't vomit once whilst he had this stomach bug. And on the other hand, everybody else that had the stomach bug was vomiting their guts up for about 2 to 3 days. So go figure with that. Anyway, guys, I'm just rabbiting on now, and Daniel's having his boobie because he needs to go to bed for the night because he's exhausted. So, yeah, I just thought I'd let you know. Okay, guys, I'm back with another video soon. See you later, guys. Bye.